Welcome, lovely Virgo, to your creative forecast for the month of April 2021. Please like this video, subscribe to my channel below if you'd like to hear more of these monthly forecasts. Now, this month, Virgo, is all about relationships and career for you. And it is possible that the two will be connected. But what is most exciting is that two key houses are getting lit up in April. And that's the 3rd house and the 9th house in your solar chart. Both of them houses of communication, study, learning, speaking, reading, writing, anything to do with communications really. And these are all areas that you happen to delight in, intellectual Virgo. But there are also some important issues at work in your long-term relationships. On the 4th of April, your ruler, Mercury, is going to move into your 8th house of shared resources. Now, this could be joint finances, with a partner, or it could be money that is handled for you by an agent or manager, for instance. Now, being your ruler, your ruling planet, you should be reasonably okay with this shift by Mercury. It marks a couple of weeks in the first half of the month where you're going to be talking about money, talking about shared resources, and maybe even renegotiating a contract or talking business perhaps with a manager or other industry professional. Mercury is very cerebral, very talky, and not necessarily either good or bad. Mercury in Aries in particular has a bold, no-nonsense air, and its progress through this house is brisk. And with Venus and the Sun there too, it's likely that these negotiations are going to go smoothly and in your favour, Virgo. Now, a big day for this is going to be the 12th of April, when the new moon at 22 degrees of Aries is going to light up this sector for you. It's also a great day to set a new creative intention. It makes it more favourable for you in terms of a new creative collaboration and partnership, because feisty Mars is still in your 10th house of the career, right up until the 23rd of April, in fact. And this is going to give you the courage to forge ahead with whatever creative projects that you've been contemplating and make real inroads into strengthening or even upgrading your career. But mid-month, Mercury is going to shift into your 9th house. This is your house of higher learning and faith too, along with the Sun on the same day, moving from fire into your fellow Earth sign of Taurus. And Venus actually already slid in there a few days earlier on the 14th. So basically, your 9th house is being lit up with all these planets suddenly there. Now, it's as though whatever contract or negotiations or deal that you were grappling with in the first half of the month are going to lead into a kind of fury of research and study in the second half of the month. And with publishing highlighted in the 9th, this could actually be a fabulous time for Virgo writers in particular, or those who work with the written or spoken word, including actors. Now, unpredictable Uranus has been in this 9th house of learning and faith beliefs in general. And this will have changed everything in your intellectual landscape, if you like. You may have had periods of learning or study or research disrupted terribly. Or if you're publishing, broadcasting or performing, some of you may have had your work stopped or ground to a halt or very erratic and hard to keep up with. Yes, Uranus can bring shocking events and frightening changes. But it can also revolutionize the way we do things, because these erratic pulses that it brings forces us to find an alternative path through whatever is blocking. It forces you, in other words, to innovate. So all these fast-moving inner planets sweeping through this rather beleaguered or challenging sector are going to provide you with a chance to leap forward, if you like, to leap forward in terms of your learning, in terms of your higher self, your higher being. So perhaps in spiritual and creative terms too. Now, new ideas and new approaches are going to come thick and fast in the second half of April. So embrace them and trust in your own ability, if you like, to handle these new and innovative ideas. I know it's hard for you, Virgo, but you need to trust that you are going to get this done. You're going to get this sorted because your brain is really sparking right now. Now, underlining this message for the month, the full moon on the 27th of April falls at 7 degrees of Scorpio in your third house of thoughts and ideas. And this is going to give you a massive advantage in this area. The third house also governs your daily round, your daily commute, if you like. So if you have one, and it could signal a time when you're suddenly going out more than usual, making short journeys, maybe to work or to meetings. You're seeing your neighbours or your siblings even. And this emotional and watery full moon in Scorpio could also signal a time when you put a fabulous and very dear to you creative project to bed. Or maybe put it out into the world for others to see and comment on. So if you've been mulling over a date or when you should draw a line under a creative project, especially one connected to ideas or the spoken word or the written word, the very end of April is a favourable time for that, especially with Mars moving into your 11th house of friends on the 23rd, which is going to give you lots of energy in your friendship groups and people who will rally around you and support a launch event. So please, have a wonderful and truly creative month, Virgo. Remember, like this video, subscribe to my channel. Thank you for listening. And I look forward to speaking to you next time.